Welcome to the Public Opinion Court, where the truth ain't reality, but opinions are. Listen, happy Monday. Welcome to August, because July came in and showed its mother. July needed to go when July started, because why was July showing up like Cat Williams did January 2024? We didn't ask for that. So much happened in July. So July was like, not it. Don't come back. July 2025, no. We didn't ask for you. We don't want to see you no more. You have been buried. Don't think that your soul is going to be revived. No. And just like July, August started out with a bang. And when I mean bang, your boy, Freaky Diddy, is back. He's trying to get that bail for... No, this is the fourth time. Fourth time. He tried right after the trial. Then he tried again. Now he pissing that judge off. He is pissing the judge off. So let's just get into it, because Diddy bail was denied, and Gina, she be lying. And we're gonna get into Miss Gina, because I got to read along for her and how she plays in the faces of real victims. So last week, Diddy's lawyers filed yet another stupid request for a bail. And we went over that motion that they filed, and I talked about some of the benefits of what they put in there, but they were untimely. They were supposed to file that 14 days after, which means that they were supposed to file it on July the 16th of 2024. They didn't file it until last week. That is late. That is untimely. And the judge didn't even have to do anything but say. So what the government did respond, and they basically said that he has not shown, outside of being untimely, any new information that would warrant a change in your position, because your position, judge, was that he was a danger, because he is. And because when he was on that bond, when he was getting investigated, he was out there doing X, Y, and Z and still committing crimes. So no, he don't need to be released. And so, of course, the judge took everything into consideration. And then Miss Gina the Eater decided that she was going to stand by her, not even her man, because the man has never claimed you, Gina. The man never claimed you. You was never even in the top 2. You weren't even top 3. The man never claimed you. So for you to file this, baby, let me tell you something. We're going to go over, but we're going to then break down how Miss Gina is in trouble with the feds, because when you make a statement before the grand jury and you lie under oath, we're going to get into it, though, because y'all know I'm going to break it down for you. But we're going to get into Gina the line eater, as in what Young Miami called her was an eater. Gina the line eater. Let's get into the statement that she wanted the judge to consider. Her title should have been, Dear Your Honor, from Gina the Line Eater. My name is Virginia, and I am writing as the person identified as victim number 3 in the case. I have known Sean Combs for many years in both a personal and professional capacity. Girl, you was a professional. Did you pay taxes for that? Because I need to call, the IRS needs to come see you. From that experience, I have seen him primarily as a father and a family man and a businessman, roles that he always striven to uphold. I provide this letter to share my observations about his character and to respectfully ask that the court permit his release on bond while this case proceeds. I acknowledge and respect that Mr. Combs stands accused and that the court must weigh public safety and the integrity of the legal process. At the same time, I believe it is important for the court to have a full picture of who he is beyond the allegations. Our relationship, like many, was not always perfect. We experienced ups and downs and mistakes were made, but he was willing to acknowledge his mistakes and make better decisions in the future. Over the years that followed, he made visible efforts to become a better person and to address the harm had caused. By the time our relationship ended, he embodied an energy of love, patience, and gentleness that was markedly different from his past behavior. To my knowledge, he has not been violent for many years. Gina the Eater, I'm about to clock you. He has not been violent for many years, and he has been committed to being a father first. If he was so committed to being a goddamn father, why was he still doing freak offs up until the day he was caught? Girl, get the out of here. I am writing because I do not view Mr. Combs as a danger to me, to the community. This is his first criminal case. It is not his first criminal case, you dummy. This is not his first criminal case. That's how I know your brain don't go past the first floor of the building. It don't even get past start. Throughout the investigation and proceedings, he has been cooperative, respectful, and compliant. No, he hasn't. If he'd been so compliant, why, when they started investigating him in March, he was still doing freak offs in May, June, July, August, and up until September? Why was he tampering with witnesses? Why was he hiding phones? Exactly. Stupid little girl. Oh, y'all, it just got me so irritated because you can get paid off. But baby, you are literally walking yourself into a federal indictment over a man that don't even see you. He don't even want you. He let you get embarrassed by Young Miami over and over again. The girl called you an eater. That's why I said she is Gina the lying eater. He has substantial ties to his family and the community, including children who depend on him for emotional and financial support. They good. They financially sane without him out here. They've been good for a whole year. Granting him bond will allow him to continue caring for his family and fulfilling his responsibilities while subject to the court supervision. I almost said something. I want to assure the court. You can't assure the court on a mother and thing. You can assure the court, but you assured your ass didn't come to testify. You assured the fact that you disappeared. You and your lawyer. You ain't assured your ass showed up under that subpoena. But you can assure the court. Can you assure the court that you was gonna show up for your subpoena, but you didn't? Don't assure. See, you be writing checks that your ass can't cash. You are listen. You are a bold one. You real bold. You real bold. I believe Mr. Combs will adhere to all conditions imposed and will not jeopardize his freedom or well-being of his family. Allowing him to be at home will also support the healing process for all involved. It will support the healing process, or will it support him putting you back to work? Gina, the lying eater. I respectfully ask that you consider these factors when deciding his eligibility for release. That's what Miss Gina, the lying eater, had to say. Gina, the lying eater. The lying eater. So let's talk about Miss Gina and her her possible federal charges. Y'all want to go over that? Let's go over her possible federal charges, because I think it's very important that we go over what she is looking at. So Gina be lying. That's what I know. Gina be lying because she be lying. In 2022, the world was watching as young Miami, drug her through the mud. We was all there. We was also there when she did this interview with Tasha K. That was 6 years ago, which will be 2019. Yeah. Where she identified that Diddy had abused her, and the last time that he had abused her was to the severity was November of 2018. Follow me because I'm going somewhere with this. November of 2018. She had this interview with Tasha K 2019. In that interview, she identified all the times that he had beat her knowing about Cassie, her and Cassie having, a cordial encounter, and Cassie basically, warning her. I think this is when Cassie was on her way out. And Cassie was like, I ain't got no beef with you, but this is what it is. Then she talks about being pregnant twice and having to have abortion. And on one occasion when she was with child, which was in the beginning of their relationship, she alleges that he stumped her to the point of. So when she put in there that he wasn't a violent person, but if you go back and look at that Tasha K interview, she says something totally different. So 2022, we know that young Miami drug her to filth. November 16th, 2023. This is when Cassie's civil case is filed. Diddy begins at that moment starting to reach out to his former workers, including Gina. You know how we know? Jane Doe testified that she found communications, and that was one of the reasons when she was in Equinox parking lot, she was breaking up with him. So that communication was back in 2023. December 18th or the 19th. We have Diddy refollowing her. After the Cassie. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Because she had blocked him because he let young Miami call her Ida. She thought she was his strongest soldier, but she was the weakest link. So mid-2024, this is when the investigation starts. As late as May 2024, Jane testifies that Diddy was in contact with the eater. There's reports of her being seen with her former boss. May to June 2024. Maybe he was putting her back to work. Well, we know she was subpoenaed for the grand jury. And she went before the grand jury willingly, open, and participating. Or was it a scheme that Ty had set up? And you know, in the grand jury proceedings, you are under oath. And they read you the oath. And you sign off on the oath and you say, I'm going to testify and I'm going to be truthful. And I understand if I lie, I'm going to jail. So April 4th, 2025, the prosecutors filed to seal the identities of victim 2, 3, 4. Cassie said, I'm showing up as me. I'm showing up as me. What that shows y'all that she was cooperating. April 29th, her and her lawyer say, oh, we don't want to be anonymous. Put us out there. A lie. Because mid-May or 2 weeks later, they stopped responding to the government, her and her lawyer, making her unavailable to testify, which means the check had to have cleared either before the trial, during, or after. And you know that's traceable, right? You know that's traceable. Yeah. So now you want to appear in July all of a sudden and announce yourself as victim number 3 to the judge who had to deal with your BS, and you think shit is sweet? Are you delusional? Girl, what kind of whatever he was having y'all use are you on? You can't, the elevator at least got to go to the second floor. I'm going to give you at least the second floor. You do not show up to a subpoena that the judge had to sign off on, but you have the audacity to send him a letter 3 months later, almost 3 months later, when they use their resources to find you. Girl. So now when you making these admissions, homegirl, you are in trouble. She in trouble, y'all. You are in trouble, sis. And you not even my sis, but you in trouble. Because you showed your ass up to write a letter after you played in the Fed's face, made them seem like you was going to testify, knowing all along that the check had cleared. You are in trouble. And what I mean by trouble, we talking about false statement. We talking about perjury. We talking about obstruction. We also talking about a possible tampering of witness with Diddy. Because you know why? May 2024, up until the trial started, Diddy knew he was under investigation. Diddy knew who these alleged victims were per the indictment that was filed in September. That's a crime. Because during that time, you're not supposed to engage with any victim. And he did. So if you think the feds, that is going to be an aggravating factor. So some of y'all that saying Diddy home, Diddy ain't home. Diddy going home to that cell cage where he belongs. He keeps writing the judge's ability to lock him up. Let me show y'all something. So this picture from the Jasmine brand was posted December 18th. What this showed was that Diddy had refollowed Gina. He had refollowed her, the eater. He knew which one was his easy target. Her. And I don't feel bad for Gina, because to me, Gina, you are not a victim. In fact, you are a co-conspirator in my book. You just pretending to wear survivor's clothes. And I want every rape victim who is listening or may listen, she don't represent you. See, she wrote a letter to defend a man who abused her. A man who told the world he didn't want you. A man you said stomped on your stomach, drugged you, pimped you out, and let another woman call you an eater. Now you're standing in front of a federal judge, the judge that you didn't show up to his trial, asking for leniency. Girl, be for real. Let me tell you, you are a danger. And you're very confused. You're not broken. You're very calculated. And you are complicit. This ain't about your healing. You want to be a healed hoe. You are not healing. You are betraying the women that decided to show up and testify based on the gravity of their experience. But you made that statement and forgot that the federal government got you under oath. You are not a misled woman. You are a false witness, and you are a co-conspirator. But you crawling out from under a rock playing victim. But you sat on Tasha K's platform. You aired out your trauma, pretended for attention or the attention of a man that continued to show you dust. He showed you that Young Miami was his pride and joy. You begged the world for sympathy. And then when the justice system finally turned to listen, you flipped. But let's be clear. Let's be very clear. You didn't rewrite your story, girl. You tried to rewrite the story of the victims that testified. You tried to undo the truth. You tried to make it real. Victims that are in pain. And you tried to make it look like a lie. You let your never always make you his last. You are obsessed with being chosen last. You are obsessed with being drugged and being put through the pits of the eater community. You are really a case study on manipulation. I think so. Because you didn't just sell out. You sold every woman that has been a victim of this man out. But you cried and pretended. Also, that the check could clear. Every woman that broke their silence. Girl, you sat on a platform and begged for our sympathy. You lied for the check to clear, thinking that when this man get out, he's going to hold you at high regard. It's only one woman that he's looking out for, and it's not you. So let's not forget that the feds can charge you for perjury, for obstruction, accepting compensation to shut your mouth, and they should. You are not a victim. You should not have a voice. You are actually a threat, and you have blood on your hands. And when this is all said and done, homegirl, the only name you will be left with is the one you were given. Now, in the words of the only woman Diddy really wants, how does it feel to be an eater? Gina, the lying eater. That sounds good to me. Gina, the lying eater. That sounds good. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. It's women like Gina. Get your bag. But when you show your ass up in July, when you had no visible presence prior to then, you are writing your own ticket to the federal penitentiary because they got you. And I hope they come after you. They got you. And who told your dumb ass to write that? Who told Gina, the eater, to write that? Who told you to write that? Because they literally signed your ticket to the feds. Do you think the feds is going to let you sit up there and play in their face like that? Do you think the feds is going to let you waste their resources over a man that embarrassed them? Baby, they coming after you as a co-conspirator. Not only can they come after you for making a false statement, obstruction, perjury, co-conspirator. Y'all want somebody to get charged with the same thing that he did? Y'all think these women getting off scot-free? Here we hand you Gina. They're not playing with you. And they're not playing with Diddy. Diddy's sentencing is set for October 3rd. He is not coming. This sealed his fate. This sealed it. I'm telling you, you cannot continue to play in this judge face. And you brought this eater to play in the judge face? Oh, I can't wait to see this. It's going down in the federal courtroom. It's going down. So, yes, Diddy's bail was denied again. Sir, you are literally you are 7 weeks out now. Get comfortable and save a place for your favorite eater. Now, make sure that y'all are liking and subscribing to this page, as well as, like I told y'all, I am 8 followers away from 500, so I can release my LA vlog about how I'm preparing to sell my reality TV show. And it's a good one, y'all, because I'm that girl. I'm very diverse. I don't sit behind here and argue in the comments. I bring it to you real, raw, unfiltered, because we know the truth ain't reality, but opinions are. So until next time, y'all have a good evening.